We are looking at acting at 50%. If you have a tree with less than 50% functional crown, in that category 3 to 4, then you have got a tree which is not imminently dangerous, but is far more dangerous than is acceptable in many circumstances.
So having identified our risk zones, we now do an annual inspection ourselves. We have a lot of woodland compartments adjoining areas where there's public access. We'll go now and look at some of the trees that have been picked up as part of our latest round of inspections on our main access drive. The ash tree behind me is in one of our risk zones. It's overhanging both a busy road and our main entrance. Whilst it's showing some signs of decline and dieback in the canopy, it's generally still quite a vigorous tree, so we won't be doing any work to the tree itself. What we will be doing is severing the ivy around the base, because ash dieback does make trees more susceptible to secondary infections that do impact on their structural stability, and it's going to be more difficult for us to see if it gets any secondary infections through the ivy. So that will be severed this autumn in order to enable better inspections in future.
The ash behind me has been identified as being within a high priority on the university because it's located on a woodland belt along the main entrance to the farm building complex, and during the subsequent first inspection found to have significant ash dieback, as you can see within the crown, and a number of other issues with regards to inner notice, hispatus and the likes, and so forth. It's down for a removal and reduction in the very near future. And so the important point now is safety. This tree in itself is too large and in a position whereby I would suggest it shouldn't be done by farm staff or anyone inexperienced, and really a professional should be involved in dismantling and removing it. And that's in part that we now know that ash dieback does change the structural integrity of ash fibre and therefore makes it even less safe.
Here at a ash tree next to a grade 2 listed building, starting to show early signs of dieback. So just sort of looking at it as to where we go from here really.
This tree, as you can see from the top of the tree, it has started to decline. We'd put it in a category 2 rating of condition. We're not looking at immediate action, although we should be sort of starting to think about what we're going to do with it, what the next stages are in terms of managing it for the risk that it's imposing on the building. And the sort of failures that we might get in this circumstance is branch failure. So in terms of the next stages, a re-inspection will be required in the next 12 months to make sure that that tree is in a sufficiently good condition to be retained. The tree could be worked on but not completely removed because of the proximity to the building and its stem base being almost intimately locked into the sidewall. The main thing is looking for what the conditions of the trees are, knowing where your ash are, and then looking at what other things are happening around that tree.
I've come today to look at this ash tree with Mike. I spotted what looked like signs of ash dieback when we were working the field. Didn't think it was a very high priority due to the fact that it's in a corner of a field, away from any footpaths or any people, but I just thought I'd come and see it with Mike, make him aware of it and see what his thoughts were on the tree.
As you know, on the estate we do prioritise target values. This starts high target values, busy main roads, properties, gradually working its way down to footpaths. This prioritisation not only covers ash, it covers all trees on the estate. But this particular ash tree, because of where it is, there's no target really. So it wouldn't register on a risk assessment, so happily no need to do anything to this tree.
We've just come down to have a look at this ash tree in this corner. Slight concern over it due to the fact it's right next to a footpath, so we just want to take a look. There's several ash trees along this section of wood, and from the farm's point of view, it's our responsibility to make sure that there's no risk to the public, so we need to possibly take action with this tree just to minimise any risk.
Well, Andrew's actually right to be concerned, and he's taken action already to remove part of the tree, but as you can see, the tree is in a category 4 condition, which means that it's got less than 25% functional crown, and that means that there is going to be an unreasonable risk when put in a situation where people are. It is imposing an unreasonable risk on a footpath in this case, but if it was, say, by a highway or near a house, we would be equally concerned, and we'd be looking for, you know, very much quicker and more sort of more prompt action. And in this circumstance, he's been very proactive in finding the tree and seeing where it is and making sure that he's managing something when it is nearby to a target, such as a footpath. And in this case, it is a well managed and a proactively managed tree.